I've just finished reading a wonderful horror novel, and I'll be reviewing it on this channel shortly. So what should I do with myself now? The Nightworms people have me covered with wonderful new reading material. It is indeed time for the March of 2025 Nightworms package. I have no idea where this year is going or how we're 3 months into the year already, but here we are. Fortunately, Nightworms people are sending some reading material to help keep my twisted little mind as sane as I ever am while I'm watching the year just fly past faster than I can imagine. Anyway, Nightworms is the horror book subscription service that sends 2 books, at least usually 2. I think once or twice there might have been a 3rd book. But they send 2 books along with an extra little goodie bag every month, and I never know what's going to be inside of these. So I like to open them up here on this channel and share with y'all at the same time as I'm discovering whatever literary wonders they've provided. I will, of course, put purchase links for the books right down there in the What's It, so if you're interested in whatever these books happen to be, you can get yourself some reading material and use my links to help support my work, which is all appreciated. Do be sure also, if you're interested in supporting my work, to like, share, subscribe, leave comments, etc., etc., etc. Ring that notification bell, because I think YouTube is not telling all of my subscribers when I have published videos. So make sure you ring that bell and you'll get a notification whenever I do publish something. Anyway, enough prattling on about my own business. Let's dive right in and see what books they've sent us this month. The first, that's the little goodie bag. I'm going to set that to the side for now. The first book is a hardcover entitled The Lamb by Lucy Rose. Now, first of all, I'm not sure what order these videos are going to get published in. This is the 3rd video I'm filming this evening. The other one was the March Horror Pack video, in which I do the horror movie subscription service, Horror Pack. There was a lamb film in that package as well, so this is a lamb sort of a month, apparently, by pure coincidence. Anyway, about the book. This is not a book or author I'm familiar with. I do like the title. I like the cover art. I really like the cover art. But let's read the description on the flap and see what it's all about. It says, a folktale, a horror story, a love story, an enchantment. From an incendiary new talent, a contemporary queer folktale about a mother and daughter living in the woods. Margot and Mama have lived in the forest ever since Margot can remember. When Margot is not at school, they spend quiet days together in their cottage, waiting for strangers to knock on their door. Strays, Mama calls them. People who have strayed too far from the road. Mama loves the strays. She feeds them wine, keeps them warm. Then she satisfies her burning appetite by picking apart their bodies. But Mama's want is stronger than her hunger sometimes, and when a beautiful white-toothed stray named Eden turns up in the heart of a snowstorm, Margot must confront the shifting dynamics of her family, untangle her own desires, and make her bid for freedom. With this gothic coming-of-age tale, debut novelist Lucy Rose explores how women swallow their anger, desire, and animal instincts, and wrings the relationship between mother and daughter until blood drips from it. That is intriguing. It has elements that are familiar. You know, the creepy cannibal families living out in the woods, picking off people who wander where they oughtn't, is familiar. It's a good story, but it's a familiar story. It sounds like this may have some other elements. It sounds like there's some sort of a romance element to it as well. Like I said, I don't know anything about this author. I have not read or even heard of this book, but it does sound like the kind of thing I might enjoy reading, so I'm looking forward to giving it a try. Next is a paperback book entitled The Unworthy a novel by Augustina Bazterrica. That is the author of Tinder is the Flesh, who I've heard of, but I still haven't read. I have been meaning to read that book because everyone raves about it as one of the most disturbing books out there. And I don't know, I haven't read it. I've been meaning to. I've just been reading some other things. But this is a well-known author. This is a book I'm unfamiliar with, however. So let's read the description on the flap here and see what this one's all about. This one says, from her cell in a mysterious convent, cloistered away from the climate catastrophe that has plunged the world into chaos, a woman writes the story of her life in whatever she can find, discarded ink, dirt, and even her own blood. A lower member of the sacred sisterhood, deemed an unworthy, she dreams of ascending to the ranks of the enlightened at the center of the convent, and of pleasing the forbidding superior sister. But when a strange newcomer joins the ranks of the unworthy, the narrator is forced to consider her long-buried past. As she grows closer to the newcomer, she is increasingly haunted by questions that she can no longer ignore. How did she get to the sacred sisterhood? Why can't she remember her life before? And what really happens when a woman is chosen to be enlightened? So, when I first read Convent, I was thinking of a Catholic nunnery, which obviously this is not, but it should be interesting. We have, I guess, a sort of apocalyptic setting, and this convent is set against whatever catastrophe is going on outside. So that's all very interesting. It doesn't give us a whole lot of detail in terms of what the evil actually is, except it sounds like whatever this convent is, they are somehow keeping people, I don't know if we want to say against their will, but maybe, but certainly without full knowledge and without understanding. So there's some mysteries to be unlocked. It sounds like the kind of thing, again, that I would enjoy reading. So, looking forward to trying this one too, particularly in light of how well received the author's prior work has been. But that's not quite the end. We can finish up with this little goodie package. There's always some good stuff in these. The books may be what we are here for, but we are completists, and we will discuss everything that came in the package, including whatever's in this little pouch. The first item to come out is... This is the little pamphlet that tells us everything that's in it. It also identifies that the theme for this month is animal instincts. So I'll set that to the side. The next item is our Animal Instincts bookmark. There's always a bookmark with the monthly theme on it. This one it says Animal Instincts on this side, and on the other side we have some sharp-looking teeth, which seems appropriate. Next, we have another bookmark. This is an advertising bookmark for a book called The Unkillable Frank Lightning by Josh Rowntree, which is not one of these books, but could be an interesting one to check out. Next, we have a signed book plate that looks like an LR, so I'm assuming that's Lucy Rose and belongs to The Lamb. So I'll tuck that in that there, which means, joy of joys, I now have an autographed copy. And as a collector of autographed books, there's usually or always an autographed book plate or even an autographed book in these packages, and I love, that's one of the things I really like about the Nightworms packages, because I could just buy these books at the local bookstore, but I'm not going to get the signed copy that way, and also I might not have picked this up, and I might enjoy it anyway. So I'm discovering some stuff that I may or may not have found, and I'm getting that extra bonus that some of these end up being autographed or book-plated copies, which is wonderful for us collectors. But we're not done. There's more stuff in here. The next item is a sticker. We have a snake in a spiral pattern, and it says drop of poison. It's a very stylized font, so it took me a second to read it, but I like that. If you like stickers, there's always some in these packages. The next item is another sticker, which says Ravenous Reader, and it has a raven or a crow atop a pile of books with a bloody eyeball in its mouth. Y'all know I've got a crow as the logo of my publishing house, Polymath Press, which y'all should check out too. There's a link down in the what's it. But I like corvids, ravens and crows and things. I like books. I think they go really well together. So I'm not exactly a sticker person. I like the stickers that come out of these, and I put them in a little book where I keep stickers and advertising decals and things that I've collected over the years. This one I particularly like. Next is, there's a few more things in here. This is very nice. Another autographed book plate. That will go to this one, The Unworthy. And so both of these have become autographed copies, so my inner bibliophile is doing a happy dance at the moment, but there's still more to come. The next item, and yes indeed, the last item is, different from usual. There's usually like a packet of coffee beans or tea. This is a flower and fruit loose tea. You can see it's got a dried, seems to be a lemon slice and some flowers and other bits. In fact, it says on the package, it says lemon slices, chrysanthemum lily, red goji berry, rock sugar, and red rose. And it has instructions on how to prepare it. I've never tried a loose tea like this before. I'm intrigued. There is always a beverage of some sort in these Nightworms packages, which is nice to have something hot and caffeinated we can brew to help keep us awake when we're up all night reading the books that they've sent us. This one is different from usual, and I'm not sure if I like it or not because I've never tried something quite like it, but I like the sound of it, and I'll give it a try. Intriguing. But that brings us to the end of yet another video, and as I mentioned, I think, this is the third video that I have filmed this evening, and it's well past midnight at this point, and I'm fading from consciousness and coherence rapidly. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off and maybe do some reading of one of these books or one of the other ones in my library. I haven't decided yet. Do be sure to read some horror books of your own. Go get one of these, get one of my books, sign up to the Nightworms Company, browse your local bookstore, find something that looks like it's going to scare you, and read it. The world will be a better place if we all read more horror, I think, so that's my challenge for you this month. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off, so do be sure to like, share, subscribe, all those things. Remember, there are purchase links for these books down there in the What's It in case you're interested in getting either of these for yourself. And most importantly of all, take care and stay scared.